Thank you very much for joining me and for accepting the request. Um, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite emotional to have you on the podcast, since you're one of the first guy I've met where I first arrived in UAE
Mm,
3 years back already. Time flies.
yeah.
So, Vit, well, thank you very much for joining. The purpose of the podcast is to discuss around networking, and also to give a positive message to the people out there um, who are self-isolating during the coronavirus outbreak, and kind of panic, and give them tips about how to manage this panicking and this anxiety. But let's start. I would like to start with you first, and to just ask you a quick question about. I know you're very active on the networking scene, and you're one of the most prominent video producer and video content consultant and producer that I have ever met, especially in the Middle East region. I would like to ask you, how do you enjoy networking?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I enjoy networking. I think networking is, especially here in Dubai, networking is one of the things which you absolutely must do. We are all, or majority of us, obviously, majority of the people here are expats, and it's absolutely inevitable that we create those ties, those business relationships, which are so important and so vital for us to build our business, obviously, because we haven't, many of us grown up here, many of us came here, we are here for, number of years.
Yep.
So we need to substitute those years which we haven't spent here. And obviously networking is a big part of that. And back to your question, if I enjoy networking, yes, absolutely, I enjoy networking. I think for me, networking is really a very good way how to meet new people, how to be more visible to other people, and also, like, I'm naturally curious about other people, about their stories, about their lives. So networking is just very natural to me, to be honest.
So I can feel that the intention of networking is not really to generate business, but to socialize first, and then maybe if there is any business opportunity, you might that might come across, you would obviously grab it. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the things which what we can talk about is what is actually networking. Networking. So working on your network, on a group of friends, right, or a group of people you meet.
That's
So
right.
it's not net selling, or or not net prospecting. It's basically building relationships. So networking for me is working on a group of people I have, and networking doesn't happen just once. I think many people, they have the very wrong perception of networking, like networking event. I go there, I get to distribute all my 50 or 100 business cards, and that's networking. Fantastic. Well, but actually that's not it, right? Networking is working with the group of people over some period of time. So networking can be, I don't know, in a golf club, visiting golf club, or some other sports club. You can part of your, I don't know, rowing team, or you can play a piano with a certain group of people in a band. These are all networking opportunities, because you working on the group of people, or you're working with the group of people over some period of time. So I think that's very, very important aspect for me, how I understand networking, what networking is and what networking is not. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Point taken. And I understand that you're more a physical networker rather than a digital networker. How do you adjust? And what is the? I know, giving the situation right now, we don't have the choice but to do remote networking. But before the situation, were you more in the offline scene than the online scene when it comes to networking?
So I think not just because of the coronavirus thing, but I think overall we are living in a digital age. That's quite clear. So if you're not networking online, you're missing a big opportunity, because of course you have only 24 hours a day, and from the 24 hours you need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to do something else. So you cannot network 24 hours, right? So, so physically it's impossible to be networked only in a physical sense. So only in your one-to-one meetings or group meetings, or like in that sense. Obviously, you need to be networking online as well. So there is a certain balance which you need to put into the meetings that's face-to-face and meeting online. So I think the right balance is very, very important.
Excellent. And how many networking communities do you belong to, or do you have a membership with? If you can scale that as a number.
That's a good question, actually. Let me count. I'm part of, no, it's actually quite few. I'm part of BNI, that's one. I'm part of Czech Business Council. I'm part of CEO clubs. I am part of Jumeirah Golf Estates as my golf membership. And I am part of Dubai Chamber of Commerce. So yeah, probably five different networks which I'm actively I'm taking part in.
Okay, and you're still feeding those communities through the online due to the situation. You're still in touch with all those networking groups as we speak now.
Yes. Actually, obviously with the golf, we can't really play golf online. Well, we could probably, but
virtually.
Virtually, yes, on your PS something. So that's pretty much out of the picture. But yeah, CEO clubs, yes. With the Czech Business Council, yeah, we have some meetings with each members. And actually, as a BNI, we went completely online, and we conduct the meetings as they were before, just in online community. Actually, just this morning, we had our weekly meetings, so we do carry on with the weekly.
Yeah, fantastic. I've been following you for a while, and I know that you are very, very present in the video when it comes to video content. And right now we can see the background of one of the most famous incubator, encouraging and promoting and helping and accelerating video producers. So what are the tips which you can give? Like, if you can give like the 5 most common mistakes or points to improve that people do when it comes to video content. Video content in the sense that releasing a video or posting a video or doing video marketing.
Well, that's such a broad question, and I don't know where to start from, to be honest, because we can talk about it from the perspective of the content, we can talk about it from the perspective of equipment.
In terms of content, like in terms of click to action.
Okay. So if you're talking about the content, I think it's pretty much not just about the videos, but pretty much about everything. Okay. People they think that. Okay, let me start with one premise. People don't like to be sold to, right? People they don't like to be sold to.
Okay, right. Got you.
The point is, many times when somebody asks you what you do, you straight up, start talking about yourself, about your company, about what you're selling, and all these kind of things. There's not even there's a very, very few people who are actually thinking about this message from the customer's perspective. So our usually the elevator pitch or the short intro about us doesn't start with "I help so and so with so and so." We usually say I'm somebody, I am from this company, and we do this and this and this. Is it really interesting? I don't think so. So in the same thing, I really advise all people who are actually creating videos, start with that, what are you actually helping with? what is the solution? What is the problem that you can address? And what is the solution for that problem? So if you start with this, people are listening. That's the most important point, right? Like if you start, like, if you look, for example, on the LinkedIn profiles are full of this. You know, you have a name and then the headline below that, and the headline says what? MBA, this, CEO, CFO, blah, 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 blah. Is it really, you know, do you really care about that as a customer? I don't. And I don't think majority of us care. We care about if there is something like I'm helping frustrated CEOs with change in their careers. Well, now I'm listening because I'm frustrated CEO and I want to change my career. So you see, like the customer-centric language is something which we often forget. We don't like if somebody is selling to us something, but we very, very often actually slip into that mode that that we actually trying to push our products, push our services, and think that this everything's fine. So back to your question, what I feel that is one of the most important mistake which people are making in creating videos is exactly this. You know, they stand in front of the camera and straight up start selling. I'm doing this for this with this. You know, this is a product and product A, B, C, D, E. And all this kind of stuff. And nobody is listening, nobody's interested. And then people are saying social media doesn't work. Bullshit. Social media works. You have no compelling message, and that's the problem. So I have just one word for you: grow up. You know, just and then get real and think about what is your customer want you. Why they are buying from you? What is the solution that you're bringing on the table? And I think if we start, with this in our minds, if I start with this premise, a whole the marketing collaterals, or a message as a company will be very different.
Okay, that's very clear and that's very straightforward. However, don't you think that most of the people who are targeting specific function or specific roles when it comes to the online networking, meaning LinkedIn, most of them don't have really the time to go and see each and every profile and see the function. So you think by adding a title to yourself, when you're self-branding yourself as how I'm helping frustrated CEO, for example, if I use your example, don't you think that the message or your job role or your job position is being hidden, or is being, you know what I mean? The message is different. How can people find out that you're a CEO of your company, that you're an entrepreneur, that you work within an organization when you're an employee, when you have such a title?
Well, again, it's a simple because the attention span of the people is very short. Imagine that you're replying on a message. If we're talking about LinkedIn, you're replying to the message of someone, yeah. And what he sees only he sees your name and only about 65 to 70 characters of your headline. Correct. If there are some ERP, POS, this and that, which you don't understand, is a jargon. It's something which you don't really know what it is. Then, are you interested in really clicking on that profile? I'm pretty sure you're not. If you see something which catches your eye, catches your attention, and you think, oh, he's helping CEOs with something. I'm CEO, I'm frustrated CEO. Okay, let me see what this guy is actually doing. And you click on that profile, and then you can read that, that you are CEO of that particular company. You have certain, about somebody there where you can talk about what you do, what kind of company, and all that other stuff. But that's past the first impression. And the first impression needs to be customer centric. If the first impression is not customer centric, I don't think anybody is listening. How many times you got these invitations, to connect on the LinkedIn, and first what the people do, they throw at you all this. We are web developers. We'll help you with this app, that
social media, whatever, digital marketing.
Well, what are you doing with that? I just delete it straight away. These people are not interested in you. These people are just showering you with their product and services. Are you happy with that? I'm not. I don't think that 80% or maybe 90% of the people, they are not happy with any kind of messages like that. They just don't read it. They don't even listen to it. They don't read it. They don't react to it. These people, they're working on the volume levels. They need to send 1,000 to get one, or maybe 10,000 to get one.
It's a copy-paste thing, right?
Are you interested in that kind of work? business should be easy. It is easy if you're talking to your target audience, if you know who your target audience is, and then you talk to the target audience and you're offering them the solution of their problem. So if you're talking to somebody who has a toothache and you're telling him that you are the dentist, he's listening, right? Because he has a toothache. He wants to go to the dentist. He wants to resolve that pain. Yeah. So that's important. We are missing on big time on this one, really. Like majority of us, we don't know who our target audience is. We don't know what's the language our target audience talk, and we don't know what is the message for them. As simple as that.
All right. And so, how do you grow your network online? Do you? I know that you do a lot of posting. You provide a lot of high quality video content. Great advices about how to make the most of the videos and how to do video marketing. But how do you usually grow your network online? Do you appeal? Do you consider yourself as a lion, meaning a LinkedIn open networker, like we see everyone using this kind of abbreviation on the social media, open to connect?
Buddy, I'm so much, I don't know, like, I don't want to say so much against it, but I think, you know, what's the point of that? Again, like, first of all, if you, yeah, okay, nice. You will have 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. Okay, so are they buying from you? Are they your raving fans? Are they somebody who actually know what you're doing? Because I see majority of these people, the lions, they're posting just that. They don't actually add any value. They're posting only, oh, let's connect today, or that's fantastic day, let's connect today. What's that? Like, is it adding any value to have 30,000 absolutely unknown people in my connections? No, I'm not interested in that. So I'd rather have 100 absolutely dedicated connections to me. They know what I'm doing. They love me. They love what I'm doing, kind of work, rather than 30,000 people, which is a nice number. And of course, when you post something and you see all these likes, you know, all the vanity metrics like that, and ego boosting thing. Yeah, that's fine. But on the, you know, on the business to business side, it doesn't give you shit, man. Really. I'm sorry, pardon my French, but I think that this is really such a waste of time, such a waste of algorithm of the LinkedIn, because you're confusing the algorithm as well, because suddenly you're engaging with anybody and everybody from all sorts of walks of life. So LinkedIn actually doesn't know who you are, what you do. They're confused, you know, the bots are confused, you know, what you're actually into. I'm not that.
Okay, honest, so to the point, speaking your heart. So, and this will be broadcasted anyways, because I like people speaking the truth. We like natural and very casual content, and you're playing the game, which I really appreciate, really appreciate. And yeah, well, to finish with, I don't know if you have something else to add, but I would like to add a positive finishing line to our conversation, and to just give tips to people who are feeling stressed and following the uncertainty of the COVID-19 and the self-isolation, because this is carrying on and on and on until further notice. So what could you tell them to make the most of their days?
Well, I think again, I know that we are thrown in the situation of a COVID. We are thrown in the situation of being at the home office, you know, doing the home office, all these kind of things. But regardless of all that, please, guys, we have such a fantastic learning platforms where we can improve our skills on a daily basis. It's been, you know, I keep telling, whenever I have some seminars, or I'm speaking on a stage and people telling me, you know, this and that, and we cannot do this, and we cannot do that. I'm saying to them, guys, like, just imagine 15 years, 20 years back, yeah? Did we have YouTube? Did we have so many tutorials? Did we have so many how-to videos? No, you had to go to school for example, with me, with my profession as a video producer, I had to go to film school, study in a film school, and whenever I needed to improve, I had to go to the library or work with somebody, you know, on set with some other people to get, you know, my skill set, my skills better. Now, what you can sit at home, you can watch videos. There are hundreds of videos and hundreds of different tutorials, educational materials, seminar sessions, whatever it is.
And most of them free of charge, yeah?
Yes, it's all at our fingertip. Yeah, like we all have our mobile phones. We can watch it whenever we are. So no matter if we are somewhere, if we are in COVID or not, in the coronavirus or not. Still, I think please make sure that you end the day a little bit smarter than you started it. I think that's really important. That's really important to keep on educating and developing yourself in whatever matter. If it's digital marketing, if it's your skill, if it's whatever it is, language, maybe a little bit of yoga, a little bit of meditation, whatever it is. We have really great platforms where we can go and where we can learn from. And I think that's the most important thing. What I think about the situation, we have time now, especially we have even more time to do that. So just use it, be better and come out stronger from all the situation that you were ever before.
But Vit, don't you think I'm pretty sure you have this feeling, but don't you think you're getting busier now than before?
Busier. Well,
business-wise, business-wise.
It depends. Obviously, because the meetings which are now on Zoom tend to be a little bit longer than our normal face-to-face meetings. Yeah. So yeah, it's very easy that you run meeting for 1.5 hour, and then so you need to be effective as well. So you need to keep and calendar is really very, very important for us now, just to really slot our times to certain activities. So be very diligent what you do in what times. I know that you can slot the Zoom call, okay, just have it from 5 to 6 or from 4 to 5, and be diligent in actually keeping that, because if you don't, it's very, very easy to suddenly, the procrastination creeps in, and all these kind of side things kick in, and you can spend a lot of time not being very effective.
All right, that's very, very powerful and very enriching to hear from you. So thank you very much, Vit Kodousek from Square Motion, Dubai. We'll be in touch soon, and keep doing a great job.
Thank you very much, Munir. It was a pleasure having me. Thank you.